what we're going to do on page 68 here, we need to draw a line from the center, so alpha line, so from the center of that. That's not coming up. It's jumping around because I got this thing from previously. I'll take off the snapping stuff. Center is not coming up, so we'll just go center. Alright, so the line is at 10, is it? At the angle of 206.97 to be exact. Alright, I'm drawing the wrong color, but that's fine. Then it says to draw a line perpendicular from that circle to here, so that's easy. We'll go a line from the center of that. Again, my center is not active, so I'll just put it in there. And we've got perpendicular, click that there, and there it goes. Enter to finish. Now, I've just finished telling you about the offset command, right? So what the book is saying on page 68 on top is to, well, first thing is just to offset the longest sloping line 0.5 twice, which we'll do that now. Offset 0.5, so one way and the other way. Okay. So now this is a bit that, as I was saying with the offset command before, what the book is saying is to go list. Now the list command is li enter, and it's somewhere on here as well, which I probably won't embarrass myself in finding, but there it is. List. All right, you can click list and then select the circle and press enter, and it will tell you that the radius of that is 0.7730. But what I said before with the offset command, how do we know it's not 0.77301, for example? We don't know that. All right, so that's not the way I will be doing this exercise. I'll be doing it differently. By the way, you can also click here, right click, and do the properties, and that will also show you the radius of that circle is 0.773, right? More than likely it's not, yeah, who knows, it might be more than that. But to be safe, the way I would do it, saves me a command, is to go offset. Don't worry about what it is. Offset, and where it says distance, I'm going to go from here to the quadrant, because that is the offset I want. That is the same, and then if I click from here to here, it will go right to the edge. So I've told the distance is from the end point or the center of the circle to the quadrant, which is the same as from there to there. It doesn't matter, it's all the same all around. And click here to here and enter. So that's how I would do the offset there, and then it's just a matter of cleaning it up, I suppose. After that is just a matter of erasing this stuff here and that one there. And while I'm here, I'll show you how to use the there's another thing to do, but I'll show you how to tidy it up to here now, and also show you how to use the trim command a little bit as well. With the trim command, it works in a couple of different ways. If I go TR for trim, enter, I could click here and tell it, if we read down here, it says select the cutting edges. So in other words, where do you want me to trim up to? So in this case, I want to trim to here, all right, because I want to trim those two to there. But I want to trim that in there as well, so that means I have to pick this and this to be a cutting edge for that bit there. But I want to trim that bit there back to here as well, so it means I have to select this as well. Oh, and that'd be okay because that'll work for that. And but then I want to trim this in here as well, which means I better pick that as well, so I can trim between here and here. What else do I need to do? Oh, I need to trim that bit there back to that, so I better select that as well. Before you know it, you're selecting the whole drawing, right? Okay, so, and you're sitting there wasting brain cells and thinking about it and wasting time. So I don't do it that way. I do it this way. I go trim, which are TR, enter, and where it says cutting edges, I ignore it. Basically, I just press enter. It says in here, select all will be assumed if you press enter, which means every possible line work on this drawing is a possible cutting edge. All right. So if I go enter, it'll work it out. I just pick on the bit I want to remove, and it just goes to the next possible position. Now it's too bad if I wanted this line to go up here, because it means I have to click again for it to go back there. Just 2 clicks. It's a bit of a problem. But look, if I made a mistake, just like I did then, there's a command called undo. Remember I told you this in the middle of many commands, there's an undo option. So before coming out, I'll press the undo, it goes back. All right, and again here, that'll tidy that up, and so on. The only time I wouldn't use it that way, and the same goes for extend, trim and extend are similar. By the way, being similar, you could do a couple of things. You can actually turn a trim into an extend by holding the shift key down. So if, for example, if this was supposed to go up to there, instead of me going into extend just to do those two, I could just hold the shift key down and select them. But I don't actually want to trim it back, so that's fine, like that. And again, trim here. Okay, if I wanted to extend something to anywhere, I'll hold the shift key down, I'll click a couple of times, it won't go past this one. There's nothing for it that it's reaching for some reason. So anyhow, but you can just, anything can be trimmed. If I find anything else, like there's nothing here to be trimmed, but I can extend that out, and then I can let go of the shift key and it becomes a trim again. All right, so that's how I do it. Now, just to leave that for a minute and continue on with the idea of extending and trimming, if I was to draw a line through here, like that, a few lines, and now remember with the trimming, you'll always end up with a little one piece left minimum. All right, so if I wanted to end up with just that little bit in here, and in other words, I want to trim all that around here, I will go trim and TR, enter, or if I went to here in the trimming here, I won't do the additional enter, I just do one enter, because the one enter has been put by me clicking on it. So where it says trim, select objects to trim, for cutting edges, I'll just press enter here. All right, so it's the same thing as TR, enter. All right. Now I want to keep that piece in here, so what I'll do is I'll delete that. Then I want to delete that. Now here's a problem because I forgot to do that. Really, the sequence was wrong. I should have really picked that, so we come to here, then pick that, so we would have ended up with one piece. Now I ended up with two. How do I get rid of this? All right. Well, you can go to the R for erase option and click on it, but I prefer not to modify the command. I just get rid of it by erasing it afterwards. Remember, you can't trim anything that doesn't cross another line, and this does not cross another line. All right, so you can't trim it. So I'll just enter to finish that, and I'll just erase it after using the erase command. All right, so that's how I do that. So that now, if I was to go through, if I go copy, just make it a bit worse than that. If I wanted to trim this line here, or in fact all of these lines here, back to here in one go, how do I do it? Okay, if I go, this is the time that I will not use that, let's say, quick method of trimming. I'll go TR, enter, and this time I will select where I want to go. I want to go there, enter. It's definite. This is an express way to getting down here. It's like a bus that doesn't stop at every stop. It's just straight from wherever to the city sort of thing. So if I click here, you can see it goes straight there. So it doesn't stop in between. You can also go like that, click somewhere sort of in the blank area, and just move up like that, and it'll just trim to that line very quickly. Undo that. Something else that a lot of people don't know is F for fence, enter, and you can draw like a let me just turn this snapping thing off. There you go, F for fence, enter. The same thing as that crossing window. Remember, you can't undo it again. You can't do this way. Hold on, no, you can actually. It doesn't actually care, this one. It will always do crossing, so you're right. This one, they fixed it up. Good. All right, so that's that. Now if I want to do extend, EX for extend, enter, and I click here and I click here, and it goes all the way down there. So it's in the reverse. All right. Again, as I said to you before, these are related, trim and extend. So if I go shift key now, it becomes a trim. Okay. Now it's the wrong thing to do here. If I wanted to get all these lines across here, I was probably going about it the wrong way. Right. Again, it's one of those times when I'm going to go EX for extend, and I'm going to tell it where to go. If I wanted to go to there, I go select that first, and this is going to the boundary edge of that, and then I'll just do this perhaps. It's very quick, rather than clicking on each one to go past this line first before it gets to that line. All right. So learn those little tricks with the shift key as well, and will help you along. All right, so that's that. I don't think there's any other tricks with this other little thing we're doing here, really. What you have to do is, there is actually a trick. We have to work out where to put this little thingy, this little circle there, whatever it is. So that there's got to go at draw a offset the values. That's on page 68. I'll just show you here on 68. 68. Also, what it says down the bottom here is to offset with the value of 6 and 1.75 to locate the center circle forming the slot. All right, the slot is 0.5, which means the radius is 0.25, I suppose. All right, so 6 and 1.75. Okay, so where are we offsetting from though? Which side, the left or the right? Does it tell us? Doesn't really, does it? Anyway, well, we've got no option because there's only one line there. So it's this one here. So offset 6. O for offset, enter. 6, next number, enter. And go like this. I didn't actually complete the top line, I don't think. Anyway. And then it's got to go 1.75 down. I missed the other line there. Where does that go to at the top? I think it might go through, I'm not sure. I'll just assume it goes through here. Is that what you guys did? I'll just draw a line across here and a line across here. And I'll just fill it. It's not probably the way to do it, but that's fine. I just want to... Let me just change all this to layer 0. By the way, if you want to change it to the right layer, you just highlight everything. And you click this fly out, they call it in the book. It's actually a drop-down box. And you click on the actual word 0. Alright, so now that's all the same as you guys have. And I'll just change it back to layer 0 so it all looks the same. Alright, now this slot, the other bit you've got to do is 1.75. 1.75, enter. We'll go down. Okay, the slot is a circle from the intersection there. Alright, C for circle, intersection here. Diameter if I want, I've got to click diameter and put 0.5, enter. There's a slot. Now we're going to do this thing around. What is it? It's okay. It's just a circle. Draw a 10-10 radius with a 5 radius. Okay, so what I will do here is pick up the radius from up here with a circle. 10-10 radius is an option here. Now be careful with this. First he wants a 10, and then he wants another 10, and then he wants you to put the radius in. Now if I go here and in here, and I put the radius of 5, see my circle dips in the other way. Alright. The idea is to imagine the circle going around this thing, like around there like that, and actually pick your tan over here and then come around and pick it on the other side over there, then it'll go around it. Alright, so if I erase that and do it again, this time I go over here rather than in here. So instead of dipping in here, it'll dip around it. We won't dip, we'll go around it. So I'll go here perhaps, and over here, and then go 5. Okay, I went too far, I knew it. Okay, so you've got to be careful with it. It's just how far you go. So this, I probably went too far. Let's just go sort of there and there. Might do it. There you go. It worked. So it's just where you pick it on those circles is which way it goes. All right. So I'll leave that one there, and the rest is basically trimming and that sort of stuff. All right.